Reunited and it feels so good. Who sings that?
Peaches and Herb.
Because we're talking about herbs today. That's
You knew that. Yeah,
you get that, Mark Hendricks?
Got it.
That was my tie-in.
I got it.
It should have been mushrooms and herb. But anyway.
Great to see our friend Mark Hendricks from Price Cutter, and we are reunited with him.
Yes.
To talk about herbs.
Good job. I love it.
It just came to me. How's it going,
He's
Mark?
looking at us like we're crazy.
It's going great. We've got a new line of herbs at the Price Cutter stores that we picked up just recently, and it's got a lot of little extra things that go with it that I thought I'd bring it on here and show everyone today. I know that we're kind of in herb season for people that are growing at home, but we had that rough month last week or last month, and they may not have survived the heat and the drought and all of that. So I thought I'd show you what we've got herb-wise at the store for your cooking for the fall and the rest of the year.
Okay, where do you want to start?
We can start wherever you want.
We'll start down here. Let's work our way down.
Well, let's talk about the herbs first. The herbs are organic herbs. They come in, they come cut. These are Goodness Garden herbs, and Goodness Garden is located up in New York. And I know we usually talk about local vendors and all that, but we have to have this all year long. So we went to try to find the best selection of herbs and mushrooms and peppers we could, and these guys have the best in the country.
Oh, it's beautiful. Aren't they just fresh and
So,
lovely?
Yeah.
Yes, so we've got just the regular lineup of herbs as far as rosemary and thyme, and actually there's a cilantro in this, so if you just got a little bit to go on your recipe and you don't need a whole bunch of cilantro, then you can pick out a package of this.
Okay.
These are all shipped refrigerated. They try not to break the cold chain at all. The only thing they don't refrigerate is the basil, and that's something that you should do at home also. Don't take your basil and put it in the refrigerator. If your basil your basil leaves turn black on you before you get through using them, it's because they've gotten too cold.
I just put some in the fridge the other day. I clipped down some of my plants. Good to know.
Game changer.
It's better just keep them in a nice, cool, dry place, but not in the refrigerator.
Okay.
Wow.
Good to know.
Okay.
So like I said, we've got all sorts of, we've got the regular variety of herbs, even bay leaves. That's something you don't usually see fresh. So there's 27 different varieties of herbs that this company carries. There's 11 dried mushrooms, and there's right around 10 as far as the peppers go, the dried peppers.
Now, Kelly and I were discussing with our camera op, Adam, who is daring me to do something which I will not do because I will be in the hospital. These dried peppers right here. Now, I have grown ghost peppers in my garden, and I've grown Carolina Reapers. Carolina Reaper has the hottest Scoville number or whatnot. Now, what would people use these for in recipes?
Well, use them sparingly.
Yes. That'll last you for 4 years.
But this little package will last until the dates on these are 2024 because they're dried. So you can get out just as much as you need, hydrated in water. On the package, it tells you either the mushrooms or the peppers to hydrate them in water overnight in your refrigerator. Or if you need them immediately, then you can boil some water, drop them in there, and then take them out of the water, pat them dry. And they say on the peppers, for even more flavor, if you'll roast them in the oven at 250 for just a little while before you rehydrate them, that they'll get that nice smoky flavor to them.
Now I'm wondering, in the water that you hydrate them in, possibly could you use some of that liquid in something? Would that take on the flavor?
They usually tell you to discard it.
Okay.
I'm not sure why.
I wasn't.
I did read these instructions are on the package.
Oh, gotcha, good.
Yeah.
And by the way, too, if you're doing that, I am very sensitive to peppers. I usually have to wear a mask when I do that because they are very strong peppers. So just take that at your own heat. If you know you're sensitive to coughing, or I have to put on a mask and my eyes water and.
I was joking that these last 4 years. These do last actually 2 years, guys.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Well, and that way you can take out just a little and use what you need rather than hydrate the whole package and then have to use it all at once.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
And then, okay, go ahead, Mark.
ahead.
I was going to talk about these beautiful mushrooms in the front because they're gorgeous.
They are.
The mushrooms this is just a few of the varieties they have. The one on the outside is the porcini.
These right here?
Yeah, the yellow, the morels in the middle there.
Yeah.
I recognize those.
Yes, and we actually harvest morels in Missouri. They're out here, but some people can't get to those, so here's a nice replacement for that. Wood ears are the next one, and then the next one are cremini or portobellos.
Right. recognize those.
So these are easily added to your recipes. They've made it easy for you. They've made it easy with the process of cutting the herbs, having them last in your refrigerator until you're ready to use them. And as far as the dried product goes, you've got a long time to use that.
Oh gosh, don't those look so yummy?
They really do. And they have so many health properties. Mushrooms are amazing for that.
Yes, they are. And herbs, well, as you know, herbs have been around for thousands of years. The Chinese started making medicine with them.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you get a lot of the pills that you're taking are coming from plants or herbs that they've broken them down, and those properties are in the medicines that you take today. So herbs are super healthy for you.
Mm-hmm. They really are. I'm interested in the bay leaf because you never get it fresh, like you said.
Right.
I love the flavor. Don't you put that in? I usually put that in a roast with carrots,
Yes.
and I would love to taste the fresh one.
We used to drop it in our chili.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Chili was cooking.
Fantastic.
Where do you want to go to next?
The little shakers that we've got, this is an item that we're right in the middle of bringing in right now, so everyone may not have them yet, but there are some excellent options in this. They've got jalapeno peppers, there's thyme, there's a poultry mix, so that there's the different herbs that you use, the thyme and the
Garlic and dill.
rosemary, garlic, dill.
Parsley.
During the commercial, the
Parsley.
first one I went to was the jalapeno. That freeze-dried
Yes.
jalapeno. That seems like it'd be amazing flavor down
Yes.
Jalapeno, and there's actually a basil also, so it's a really nice mix of the fresh.
there. I love that.
this is
And what are
great.
these little tubes?
Those are purees, and the purees are pressure pasteurized. They take the herbs right there on site, harvest them, high pressure pasteurization, and then put them in these little tubes and just a little squirt. And if you don't want to buy the fresh herbs, then this is the next best thing.
Are those more concentrated?
Yes, and they're like I
Look what I
said,
just saw,
they're
Kelly.
What'd you
Look
see?
at this. Look at this.
What
Do
is
you
it?
recognize this one?
what
I've
is it?
used the
Oh,
ginger
ginger, yes,
puree
I
in
have.
one of our recipes.
Yes, I do recognize that
I
one.
didn't
Yeah.
feel like cutting ginger, and so I
And you
found the
bought it-
puree.
I know, isn't that cool?
I love
A
that.
little bit
Okay.
goes a long way.
It does. Oh,
yes,
it
it
does.
does.
so
Absolutely.
these shakers are an easy way to do herbs that aren't fresh, but you'll get the flavor from them like you are.
And Mark, you were telling me before the show, there's a place they can go to get recipes.
Yes, there's a website. We should have a card up for it. At goodnessgardens.com is their website.
There it is on
And
the
it's
screen,
got
guys.
it's got all kinds of recipes. It tells you how to store your herbs. It tells you anything you want to know about the herbs that you bought. It'll be on that website. And there's also an Instagram site. It's at Goodness Gardens.
And that's important to know because you don't want to waste anything once you get it. You want
Right.
You know, I just thought, Cal,
What's
we go
that?
to that website, find a recipe, and use some of these in the recipes that they provided to see how fresh it tastes.
I'm for that. This looks lovely.
And I don't know if I mentioned or not, but all these herbs are organic also.
Oh,
so
yes.
they're
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
This is so yummy and
problem.
delicious. All right, go to Price Cutter. They have all this great stuff. When we come back, we're headed to Herman. Stay right there. We'll be back.
I'm gonna get some of the
I want some
jalapenos
of
for
this.
sure.
Can I have a bite of that?